Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about outsourcing, and outsourcing can save you a lot of time and speed up your process of growing your niche website. Setting up a niche website involves some tasks that you only have to do once, such as niche selection and website creation. You can definitely outsource those, but they're outside the scope of this outsourcing video. What I want to focus on, and the stuff that I actually do in my own business, is I outsource the ongoing work. In terms of the ongoing tasks though, there are two main things that I find I need to do on an ongoing basis, and that's keyword research and content creation. Now, keyword research really doesn't take a lot of time. I think when you compare it to content creation seems to take more time, quite a bit more time. So the part that I generally outsource is content creation. That accounts for, I think, anywhere from 70 to 90% of the total time spent on the website. And in this video, I'm going to actually show you how to outsource your content creation in the way that I personally do this. So I do this through Upwork, and I'm going to give you a full demo of exactly the whole process. But Upwork is a great place to outsource. Essentially, the outline of the process is here. Gonna run through this, and then I will show you inside Upwork how everything works. You create a post, and in that post, it's a job post. So you post your ad, and then you say that you need a writer, and you outline some requirements. I'm going to give you the exact template that I use for my posts, so you can base yours off that. And then you invite applicants to apply for your job. Now, you're going to get a lot of applicants just by putting the ad up there. So as soon as you put up the ad, you're going to get a lot of applicants. The trick here is, and the secret here is, that you need to also invite applicants, because really good applicants, they're always busy and they're not spending hours and hours searching for new jobs. Okay, so usually the applications that you get that proactively apply for your job are pretty bad. So you need to invite applicants to apply to your job, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Then what you will do is you will offer a trial to 3 to 5 applicants, okay? And out of that trial, you will select the best applicant for the job. So let's go through the process here on the screen. So this is what Upwork looks like once you register. It's upwork.com, and you can register an account. It's free. Then you just add your payment details for any of the payments that you need to make. And once you are inside here, this is where you can manage all of your projects. On Upwork, you can search for any kind of contractors. There are tens of thousands of contractors on here. But to give you an example, if you type in blog writer, you will see there are lots and lots of results that will appear. And you can browse them and you can check out the profiles. You can see how many content writers are actually on here. If you want to hire any of them, you need to create what's called a job post. So first you need to create the job ad, and then once you've posted the job ad, you can invite the blog writers to apply for your job post, and then you can hire them. So what you need to do is just go to jobs and then go post the job. The option here that we will select is short-term or part-time work, because normally that's what ends up happening with writers, and then click continue. Now you will need to enter the information about your job post, and I'm going to give you the full job posting that I have used with several writers that I've hired for my fitness website, and then you can adapt it to your own niche. So here is that job post, and as you can see, the title is blog writer needed, weight loss niche, native/bilingual English mandatory, and then the actual job details. So what I've put into the job post is this. Okay, so category is content writing, and then this is the description of the project. So let me show you the process of creating the job post. So what you need to do in here is put in the title. So let's say if you're looking for a blog writer in the dog training niche, okay, so then you would say dog training niche, native bilingual English mandatory. And then job category will be content writing. You can also choose more options, but that's where you need to choose the category. So then you go next, and then you will need to put in the description. So I'm just going to put in this description. Now you will need to write, of course, your own description in here. I'm just giving you this as an example. I also recommend that you not copy my description word for word, that you vary it and you rewrite it, and you do what is actually right for your niche. But here you can see my real job post. This is what I use on a regular basis. Okay, so then you would put that in here and just make sure that you've got the right niche. So here, for example, we would say in the dog training niche, and then we're saying you will research and create high quality content for at least 3 months. Just change that to whatever you think is right. Research will be basic, such as creating an article on let's say Boston Terrier barking. All right, then I'm saying I will supply the outline for the article. So I normally provide a little outline for how I want the article written. And then I'm saying you will then need to research the main topic and subtopics and write about them. Then I said I need someone who can write in an engaging and fun manner. And then I'm giving examples of the sorts of posts that I want. So I found some good posts and I'm giving concrete examples of what I want from the article. So then, here you would find whichever articles you like in your niche and then insert the links in here. Okay, so let's do that here. So let's just put in a couple of examples here of this. Then I've got a section that says English skills. Please do not apply if you're not fluent in English. Then I said hours and amount of work. I said you can set your own hours, but I need 2 to 4 high quality blog posts per week, about 1.5 to 3,000 words each. You can obviously change that to fit your requirements. And then under requirements, I said impeccable English, experience in writing engaging content, ability to research topics, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so then I'm saying next. Then you need to choose what type of project it is. Is it a one-time or an ongoing? So generally I use ongoing, and then I go next. Then it says what skills and expertise are most important to you in content writing. So I would choose content writing, blog content, article, and that is probably it. What additional skills and expertise are important to you? Well, you can choose, for example, SEO and website content. Let's choose website content and blog writing. I would choose these ones, maybe article writing as well. Okay, so that is pretty much it. Then I would go next. And who can see your job? I normally say anyone. How many freelancers do you need for this job? You can choose either one or more than one. It doesn't really impact anything. And then go next. And then you can choose either by the hour or fixed price. You can always change it later depending on your negotiation with a contractor. But probably what I would choose here is fixed price per article. All right, and then you can put in the initial budget. So let's say $50, perhaps your initial budget, that might cover a couple of articles or 3 articles or so. What level of experience? You can choose intermediate. That's what I normally go with. Then let's go next. Okay, that is pretty much it. That's all you need to do in here. You've entered everything that needs to be entered. So then I would go post job now. Okay, so what's going to happen now is your job has now been posted. It's as you can see here, it says posted 6 minutes ago. And now you will start getting applications from other people. However, the important thing here to remember is that the applications that you get just by posting the job out there are probably going to be low quality, because they're going to be from people who are constantly looking for new opportunities. And in general, good contractors, high quality contractors are generally quite busy. So you need to search for those contractors and invite them to apply to your job. So to do that, you need to go here to the top where it says find freelancers and agencies, and type in blog writer or content writer and click search, and that will bring up all of the contractors that match that. So then generally what I do is I filter this. So the way that I filter this, I apply job success filter. So I want somebody who's been successful, whose success score is 90% or up. That's client feedback. I want earned amount to be at least $1,000. You can also go for at least 10,000. That just means that people are experienced workers. And I also choose English level to be native or bilingual. Or you can also go with fluent or better. That's fine as well. But generally I choose native or bilingual. And then what I do is I filter by location. In terms of the locations, here are the countries that I recommend for you to try and find your writers in. The thing is that there are writers, of course, in the United States, in Australia, in the UK, but most of them are very expensive because those are high-cost countries. And guess what? There are a lot of writers who speak perfect English, who can write in perfect English, who are located in other countries. And in my experience, the writers that are located in these countries here, Bulgaria, Serbia, Montenegro, Romania, and Armenia, they have very good English, but they also charge reasonable prices because the cost of life in those countries is a little bit lower. And in general, you can search in other countries as well, because you will find that in countries in sort of Central Europe and perhaps in Eastern Europe, there is a good balance between people who are well educated, speak really good English, and also can produce good, high quality content. The other countries that I've hired from are South Africa. They also have a slightly lower cost of living over there. And, of course, it's an English speaking country. So I found some really good article writers in there. But these 5 countries here are the ones that I've had most success with. So then to add those countries into the locations, you just need to start typing them in here. So you will go Serbia, and sorry, while I was getting ready, basically it's already added in here. Okay, then you go Montenegro, then you would go Armenia, and then you would go Bulgaria. Okay, and then so you would add all of the countries that you're interested in here, and after that is done, you'll have your potential writers in here. So you can see you still have pages and pages of potential writers. So then literally what you would do is you would send a message to each of them as you review the information here. You would send messages to each one of them, and you would ask them to apply to your job and see if they're interested, and also invite, sort of let them know about your potential budget as well. So then you would literally just go through and have a look. Now, don't worry what it says here about the hourly rate. A lot of times contractors will put a very high rate, but they will often accept jobs at a much lower rate. So the main thing for you to look at is how much they've earned. So 1,520 hours, and it's 99% success rate. Okay, so this means that it's a high quality writer. So then what you would do normally is just open this up on a new tab. And as you're looking at them, check out their profile, read it through. Then you can have a look at their work history and feedback. And if you feel that they're potentially a good writer, you can click invite to job. Once you click invite to job, it will bring up this dialog. And here you can enter your message. So the message that I normally use is this one. So this is the message that I normally use. Hi, Stephen. I was wondering if you're interested in applying for my job post. I'm looking for a content writer for my blog about dogs. My budget is around $15 to $20 per 1,000 words. If you're interested, I'd love to work with you. And then I just send the invitation just like that. And then just continue doing that. So you would go through and invite as many people on Upwork as possible. I often invite 30, 40, even 50 applicants sometimes. And once they reply to me via messages, that's when I can have a conversation with them and find out if that kind of rate suits them. And then I invite them to do a trial assignment. So I basically give them one job, one article to write. And then once they've written that article, then I make a decision whether to work with them long term or not. In giving the assignment, the first assignment to the writer, I will generally submit the outline to them. So the outline will look like this. If we're writing an article about Boston Terrier barking, then I will typically find, I'll Google for I'll Google for that keyword, and then I'll find some articles, and then based on the inspiration that I get from these articles, I will create the actual outline. So here, for example, I've put introduction, then I've put down why Boston Terriers don't bark that much. Okay, so then you can use something like this: reasons why Boston Terriers don't bark too much. Okay, and then when do they bark? Okay, why Boston Terriers might be barking, and then how to stop Boston Terrier barking, and conclusion. Okay, and then I will say word count, target word count, let's say 1000 words. So this will be a very basic outline that I will submit typically to a writer. So once again, just to highlight the process, once you invite the applicants and you agree on the price, let's say they agree to write for you for $15 per 1000 words at that rate. Okay, you offer the trial to 3 to 5 of them who you think are the best at this. And then based on that, on the results of that trial, out of those 3 or 5 that you speak to, you select the very best writer. That's exactly how it's going to work. Now, the rates that I find work with most people is anywhere from $14 to $20 per 1000 words. So if you operate in that range, you will be able to find good writers. So obviously start with a little bit lower, leave yourself some room to negotiation, and then you should be able to hire somewhere within that range. So find writers that are good, that are happy to write at that rate. Now, there is something here that I wanted to mention with you. Always use Copyscape on all of your delivered content from writers, at least until you develop trust with that outsourcing provider. I'm going to show you how to use Copyscape. So Copyscape is a free service. You can also use the premium service. It just does things a little bit sort of better. But what Copyscape does is it searches for copies of your content on the web. So I'll show you how this works. I'm just going to take an article from PLR. Okay, and of course there are going to be tons of copies of this article online. But this is just a demonstration of how it's going to work. So from your perspective, what you will want to do is you will want to publish this on your post, and once it's published on your blog post on your website, okay, that's when you will check for copies of your page on the web. So let's see now what's going to happen. All right, there we go. So now you can see that only top 10 results are shown. Click below the result to see the matching content. So if I now choose this result here, you will see how much of this content actually matches. So you can see that the page below has 531 matching 51% of the page. So it's a 51% match. Okay, so as you can see here, this particular search result on streetdirectory.com matches 51%, so it's 51% duplicate content. And that's what you're trying to avoid. You want to make sure that the content that you get from your writer is not duplicate content. Okay, so the content that looks good, that is unique, is going to be content similar to this. I'm going to show you now. So for example, this post here from our website, if I now do Copyscape search on that, it should come up with a very low percentage match. See, it says no results found, so that's good. It means that this article here that I've got on my website is unique. But of course, if as you saw, if the article that's been delivered to you has been copied from somewhere else, Copyscape will pick it up and it will tell you that it's duplicate content, and it will come up in here in the search results. So always make sure with all of the delivered work that you use Copyscape to make sure that it's not actually duplicate content. All right, guys, so this is my process for outsourcing. This is exactly how I do it. I publish my content on Upwork, my job posts, then I invite applicants, I offer trials to 3 to 5 of them, and then I give them a test assignment to each one of them. And based on the results of that test assignment, I select the best writer, and this is how I've chosen all of my writers so far. I hope that this was helpful to you, and I wish you all the very best.